Hey, what's up, people? How's it going? All right, today I got a good one. It's tricky as hell to get through. I've tried maybe 4 or 5 times already doing this video, and it's tricky. But it's about the two laces. You have LASE, ESP, LASE TED, LASE 357, the LASE I know. Andrew, the LASE I grew up with. Andrew LASE. All right. German guy from this neighborhood, Yorkville, Germantown. Yorktown, all the same. He was from here, a German kid. Not a kid, he's older than me. He's been writing graffiti a long, long time. He's the president of 357 crew, LACE, LACE. So I would say around 86. Yeah, we were writing on the trains in around 1986, probably around the same time as nah, 86. He came out late, LASE. His name is Eric, so we'll call him Eric Lace. And he came out and he started hitting the highways with Crane, Crane, and Cat, CAT, a cat, meow, like a cat. So those were his bomber partners. They killed the highways early on before most people did, probably before anyone I could remember. I mean, of course, you have PJ, Scene, and shit like that fucking around too on highways every so often. But yeah, Lays early on, like 86 or something like that, he killed the highways. He also got some six trains on the insides. He hit it with red, I remember, with Crane and Cat, with red spray paint and a fat cap on the insides. And he also used flat black on the insides. Maybe 20 cars or something, nothing big. Um, He was probably up on the sixes as much as that guy Bind and them guys, the 156 Bind, probably about the same amount. But he wrote it with fat cap and his black spray paint, so it was more noticeable. Lace was king of the sixes at that point, LACE, my Lace, Lace ESP. Andrew Lace was already king of the sixes, and Lace was king of the sixes before I even wrote graffiti. He used to write on the insides of the sixes, Lace with Nada, who was Scott. ESP. You had Nada, you had Radar, you had Fate, you had Hoy, you had Felon, which was Slocko. Those were all ESP. Shaker. I don't know, a bunch of those guys. Yeah, so those guys were all hitting the sixes, and then the sixes went down. I hopped in on them. Mac Bio and MTAT crew, they started killing them after they got cleaned. Then I hopped in on it. Then I hopped in on them with Lace. First, I was going solo for a while. Then with Lace, I went. Then I was going solo again for a while, and I just stopped. But anyway, LASE, Eric Perez, Spanish. He started getting his name around about that period of time. Like I said, he didn't do much on these trains at all. Maybe 20, 30 cars on the insides of the sixes. But he did get them nice. He got them with a nice big fat cap on the insides of a couple cars. And he also had a lace piece going on the twos and fives. LASE. The A is upside down or some shit like that. That's all he did. That's all I remember him doing, except for the highways. He was up a lot on the highways. Lays, Crane, and Cat. Cat, like meow, Crane, Crane. I believe they were from up around Mount Vernon, White Plains around there, Bronx, Bronx, North Bronx would be the term. And I knew him. But getting back to my friend Lace Andrew, I used to write with ESP Lace. He didn't like that dude, man. When that dude came out, he's like, yo, what the fuck? Does that say Lace? I said, I think so, Drew. I think you got yourself another Lace out there, man. He's like, yeah, but he spells it with an S. He's like, I don't know, man. That's fucked up. So Lace was mad. He wanted to fuck him up, my friend Andrew. He wanted to fuck that dude up. I bumped into that person, LASE, Eric Lace. I bumped into him in a strip club up in the Bronx. And we were hanging out. I introduced myself to him. He was with a couple of the members of Tat's crew, and I was with Joey TDS, and we're in the strip club, the Golden Nugget, right when you come off the bridge there into the Bronx, hanging out there doing some cocaine in the bathrooms and stuff. And I meet Eric Legs, and I tell him, I say, my friend Lace, Andrew, he gonna fuck you up if he ever catches you out there, bro. He is gonna fuck you up. So he's like, yo, but I don't write lace. This is what Eric told me. He said, I don't write lace. I write lays, like a laser. And I said, well, wait a minute now. I said, that would be with a Z, wouldn't it? Laser, lays. That would be spelled with a Z, not an S. And he said, well, no, it's like Lays, like potato chips. And I said, well, that would be Lays. And he's like, well, it's not lace. I'm telling you, it's not lace. And I don't write lace. So I said, well, yo, that's between you and Andrew. That ain't got nothing to do with me. If it was you, man, and you in front of that dude, man, well, man, you best get going, man. Don't fuck around, man. That dude will hurt you bad. So anyway, I actually avoided them from meeting each other for a long time. Now I liked Lace Eric, although I hung out with Lace Andrew a lot, like since I was a child. I met Lace when I was already maybe 20, 21 years old, 22 years old or something when I met Lace Eric. And like I said, we were getting high in the bathrooms of a strip club, doing cocaine, stuff like that. I liked the guy. He was cool. He was very generous with his drugs. We got along great. We got high a lot together, a lot. I chased him out of my apartment, of my house, actually. I owned a house on 21st Street in Astoria, Queens. I remember we were up for a couple of days smoking. We cook up the cocaine and crack, smoke it. And we're up for a couple of days, and Joey TDS was there, but he was sniffing. Stay High 149 was there the day before, but he wasn't doing that stuff. Stay High, no. He didn't get high. It's funny as it is, Stay High didn't get high. But yeah, not that day, I guess. I don't know. But he was hanging out. He was actually drawing in one of my piece books I had. And we were hanging out, and he left. And I was up for like 3 days, man. So sleep deprivation started setting in. You smoke that shit and smoke it. You don't go to sleep. Like 2, 3 days went by. And then, Eric Lays would spend money. We'd go to Queensbridge houses, the projects, to pick up more. Either he would go and come back, or I would go. Or we both would go. And we kept doing trips for like 2 or 3 days to the projects, Queensbridge houses, to buy more of these things to smoke. And we were up for a couple of days, like I said. Like after like 3 or 4 days, man, the dude started fucking with my head, man. Sleep deprivation setting it. It's like, yo, at one point, I'm like this. You know, and the dude right here in front of me goes like this. I thought the fucking guy was going to perform oral sex on me or something. Hey, hop down. Like, I'm right here. He hopped down like this. He went like this. Look, I backed up like, yo, what the fuck? But he's like, oh no, 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 no. He started to do like this. Oh, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women. This and that. Ah, Father, what in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. He was praying and going on and on and on. And I'm over there, like I backed up. Like at first I thought this shit was getting weird. And I told him I went like this at first. 'Cause when you blow out your head, it's like you hear it, your ears. So when I started coming down, I'm like, yo, dude, man, what the fuck? You bugging the fuck out. I said, oh, my bad, my bad. So, he smokes his thing. It starts the whole shit again. Oh, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee, blessed art thou. Drops to his knees again. I looked at Joey. Joey wasn't doing that. He was, so I'm like, Joe, what the fuck? So Joe just shrugged his shoulders. All right. It's in my kitchen. I opened my kitchen drawer. I pulled out a big butcher knife. I was like, yo, dude, you gotta get the fuck out. I kicked him out of my house. Never saw him again until he popped up in the news. He was all over the news. Now, there was a few times where I was hanging out with him and Lace, Andrew Lace, was supposed to meet up with me, so I would have to get rid of him to go hang out with the other. Like, I couldn't let the two meet each other. Yeah, crazy shit. So now that's the Spanish LASE, LASE. Spanish guy killed someone in the Bronx, I think his grandmother or some shit like that. Um, yeah. Now you got Lace, Andrew, the person I grew up with. Now I first met him, I was like 10, 11 years old. It was in my bedroom. Him and my brother were hanging out. They were rolling a joint and they were taking mescaline, the double barreled blue or purple mescaline. I don't remember. I was young. They were all giggly and this and that. I remember my brother wanted to give me one of these mescalines. Laces, I go, don't do that, man. That's stupid, man. He's a kid, man. So they'd smoked weed, let me smoke some weed with them and stuff. And I've known Lace ever since then. I hit the sixes with them, king the insides of the sixes with them. I've done a lot of graffiti with them, a lot of tunnels, a lot of fucking blockbuster after blockbuster after blockbuster. Like I want to do an episode just on Lace Andrew, my friend, one day, but it's just so much to get into. I'd actually like to get him on here and talk, but I don't know. He ain't into all this shit. He ain't trying to be known as some like graffiti writer or anything. Although he's wrote like longer and a lot compared to most people, man. Believe me. Lace, LACE, Andrew, my friend. Yo, he's up there with the rest, like with the big boys, man. The amount of whole cars that dude done, and the amount of fucking burners under the windows and the insides and the blockbusters. Yo, forget about it. He did a lot of fucking graffiti, man. Lace, yeah, he's up there, man. Believe me, we were hopping around train tunnels not but maybe 5, 6 years ago. Yeah, he kept going, man. He was going since the 70s, Lace, yeah, late 70s. Lace, Andrew Lace, my friend. Now, like I said, he is German, and he is from Yorkville, Upper East Side, Germantown, USA is what they call his neighborhood. And that's where Lace is from. Lace Andrew, my friend Lace. Now, the other Lace is Spanish. His name is Eric Perez. Andrew's name is Andrew Beren. Now, on the internet, a lot of people get these two people mixed up. Like, for instance, this guy Spot. I think he's down at YKK or KMS or some shit like that. He was commenting on a picture where someone put up a lace piece, Andrew Lace 357. And this guy Spot, oh, well, you can't, like running him down, thinking it's the LASE person, about his crimes. How can you big up a murder and bastard and this and that and all that crazy shit? So, I commented on this on Instagram. I said, that's not true. This guy here, he has his daughter. I said, Lace Andrew that did that, never married no one. He's not in jail. You're wrong. You're talking about a totally different person. That's very disrespectful because he was also talking about shit with children and stuff that this other Eric Lays did. So I had told Spot in messages on this page, I believe it was PMer 1980s graffiti on Instagram that posted the picture of the Lace, Andrew Lace 357 piece on a subway car. It was a burner. So everyone's like, wow, that's a burner. That's so nice. So, of course, this guy Spot, assholes, out in Brooklyn there. How can you big up someone that would do such heinous crimes and do this and do that? So I commented back to Spot, SPOT, KMS. I commented back to him, you have your graffiti writers mixed up. This Lace here is not in jail. He did not kill his grandmother. His grandmother's not even alive. And he actually has a daughter. And it is extremely disrespectful for you to say these things about him. It's not true. It's a different lays altogether. So like five or six other people actually commented to this guy's spot. Like, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. So, like the normal liberal scum that run this fucking city, the guy don't get down, take down the comment or anything like that. He just says, "Oh, my bad." And I respond back to him in messages, not for the world to see. I'm like, well, you're wrong, man. Why don't you remove that comment, man? Like, this dude actually has a daughter. He has his own children. And like, you putting that on there for the world to see is very fucked up, man. You're wrong. You know you're wrong. You even admitted that you're wrong. So just delete your fucking comment, man. Like, why leave with something up there that you're wrong about and that makes you look stupid with the graffiti world? Like, you're mad that everyone's saying that this guy is an amazing graffiti writer, and the only reason you're mad is because he was down with 357. Now, little does anyone know, he's not just down with 357. He is the actual president of the 357 group. LASE, Andrew Beren, is the president of 357 Crew. Not just down with us. He's not just someone that hung out with us. He is the sole creator of the 357 Crew. I might have wrote it first, going over someone when they wrote 156 over LASE. I'm like, man, fuck that, 357, like a gun. Like, that's a cool number. I thought 156 sounded stupid. Like, what the fuck's a 156? 156th Street? Fuck them. 357, bitch. Like, that was my mentality. And Andrew, later on, when we got back to his house to smoke a weed, he was like, yo, I like that 357 shit. What was that all about? I said, I don't know. You get it? The gun? He's like, yeah, I know it. The gun, 357 Magnum. I get it. It's a revolver. But, that's a cool thing. We should make that a crew. I said, I don't know, this, that. And then later on, D3 and JJ came over like a day or two later over Lace's house, and I came over. We're getting high again. And Lace started doing these 357 tags. He's like, oh, that shit's hot. That should be a crew. So they all agreed, and I said, all right. But that's how 357 was formed. And it's got nothing to do with Eric Perez LASE, LASE. Nothing to do with him at all. Now, I've tried to do this video, I swear, like 7 or 8 times. It's just the laces and this and that. And I felt like I was not getting the message across. It was a little confusing. That still might be a little confusing the way I worded it. So please, just bear with me. I'm going to shut this off. Watch what I did and see if I got all the information in. If not, I'll come back on and add more. Please, I will be right back. Right. Everything seems to par. I just watched what I got there. All right. Now what I could do is I'll show you a picture of LACE 357, LACE ESP, LACE TED, LACE the Ebony Dukes, the German guy from this neighborhood, the Prez of 357 LACE. Here's his picture right now. All right. Now here is LASE, LASE. He hung out more so with Tat's crew. Here's a picture of him. I could only really find his arrest pictures, so it is what it is. But this would be Lee's, LASE's picture. And like I said, I've hung out with him. I got high with him quite a few times. Yeah, he was kind of nutty, man. He was off his rocker from jump, that dude. Yeah, like I said, I kicked him out my house with a butcher knife. I literally took a butcher knife, said, yo, you got to go. Oh, yeah, like just like religion. It was the weirdest thing. Like every time he would smoke, well, towards the end, after he was up for a couple of days, I guess, like his body started shutting down. Like he felt like he was sinning, I guess, like sins or something. So every time he would stop and pray, and I mean, he would drop to his fucking knees, man. And he started taking off his shirt and shit. Like, yeah, he was a weird dude, man. He definitely had some serious mental problems, I guess would be the way to put it. Definitely, yeah, he was a nut. That dude was as nutty as they come, man, for real. That's one of them dudes that'll kill you, man. Well, actually, he's in jail for murder. I believe it's grandmother. But yeah, he had that in him, man, where he's one of them dudes that wake up with a body on him and shit. Like, yeah. He also, I don't know, he was also involved with a lot of these toys that were being made downtown or I don't know how much of his involvement was. You know, the little plastic toys, like around the time when like the fucking guy, what is it again? Like claws or whatever, like the rat, the mouse, the Mickey Mouse, and they cut him in half and shit. Well, this guy Lays, he was somehow fucking around with them toys, something to do with monsters or some shit. Maybe Kid Robot or something like that. Yeah, I don't know much about it. I know D3 was selling my friend Sammy D3 was selling artwork over there on the street. He was selling subway maps somewhere over there, and I remember seeing something about that. Yeah, he had stuff in the store. I saw it with my own two eyes. I don't know much about it, but yeah. All right. He also is the person that interviewed me for the Mass Appeal, the Manhattan edition of Mass Appeal. Well, Mass Appeal was a magazine that came out, and they did a Mass Appeal Manhattan. So, of course, you got to have me in a Manhattan issue. And they had him interviewing me. And I believe Zephyr was somehow behind the editing because I asked him later on, and they put it like Lace. And once again, well, Jeff is a dick anyway. Lace wanted to beat that dude up from jump, way back. They go way back. But anyway, how does this thing go? Lays interviewed me. LASE interviewed me. But when the magazine came out, it said LACE interviewed me. But yeah, once again, they get confused. So yeah, that sucks when you have someone that writes the same as you. Well, there's an S in here, but I don't know. We didn't put up with shit like that back in the days. If Andrew met that dude, Andrew would have fucked that dude up. Like Lace, Andrew would have fucked that dude up. Yo, I've said it many times again. Lace has beat me up several times, a few times on different occasions. So it's not just like we met and fought and he won. It's like throughout my life we've fought and he's won. He's body slammed me. Lace 357 grabbed me by the balls and the shoulder, literally body slammed me through the fucking tramway restaurant diner, the small little Greek diner on Second Avenue, diagonally across from the 59th Street Bridge and right across the street from the tramway car that goes over to Roosevelt Island. Yeah, Lace body slammed me, literally body slammed me through that fucking window. I landed on a fucking table. It was early in the morning. We were writing graffiti all night. We were hitting the trains and shit. It was early in the fucking morning, man. We're walking by, we got in an argument, and he body slammed me. I've never been body slammed in my fucking. I mean, maybe as a child, fucking around, play wrestling or something, but like in a street fight, I get body slammed. Yo, I landed like I landed on people's fucking breakfast. I'm dead serious. There was these people that sitting there eating their breakfast, and I came right through the window and landed right on their fucking table, man. I had syrup all over my back and coffee and fucking, I landed on these people's fucking breakfast, man. Hey, that ain't easy, man. I'm going to be true for you. Lace has never lost a fight. Lace has never, LACE, 357 TED. He's never lost a fight. There's not one person I could think of that lost, and I've seen him fight a lot of fucking people. Hell, he beat the fucking piss out of D3, Sammy. Yeah, lifted him. Whoa, lifted him like this far off the ground, man. Yeah, Lace knew how to box. Like he was one dude, like early on, there wasn't many boxing schools or any taekwondo or karate classes. You always had Tiger Kim. Tiger Kim was always around up in the Bronx on Fordham Road. You had one on 86th Street. Tiger Kim Showman's Karate. But other than that, you did not have any places to really learn how to box or do karate or jujitsu. Taekwondo was barely even heard of at that point. Kung Fu, stuff like that. It was not out like it is now. It didn't exist. But Lace trained to be a boxer. So Lace could box, bro. Believe that shit. That boy will box. Yeah, he good, man. He could throw hands, man. For real. He's a good fucking fighter. Yeah. I could name a lot of people he's beat up that are graffiti writers. It's pretty impressive shit, man. Believe that. Even two of them at the same time. Yeah. Open some bullshit with Zephyr. Yeah. True shit, man. Lace was like, oh, fuck that. Yeah. Even when we were fucking, well, that's a whole other story with Kazoo, the guy who wrote Kazoo, FWD, Derek. I mean, Lace and Derek, they did business together. Derek recently died. He went to jail. He shot a Latin King or some shit like that. Went to jail for a long time, came out. But anyway, before they became friends, there was a situation. We were robbing people in Central Park, and Lace was unaware of that because he's older than us. You know, we'd run around when we wanted to get high. We'd go to the park and just steal drugs from drug dealers. And Lace didn't know all that. So he was hanging out with his girlfriend in the park. And actually, I believe Shaker pointed him out. Shaker's like, because Shaker used to be Lace's bombing partner at one point, like during the Budweiser days and shit. Like the Budweiser boys and stuff, during their school years. Lace used to write with Shaker and Nada and them. So Shaker pointed him out, like, oh, there go that dude right there. So like they all surrounded Drew and shit like that. Lace, he was with his girlfriend and shit, but yo, he ain't back down. He did his thing. Yeah, crazy shit. But Derek Kazoo became friends with him. But then later on, I'll get into that because Derek Kazoo, FWD from Central Park, he's dead now. He Yeah, a few situations occurred. I know a lot of people think I was the person that did the dirt. I was there. There was nothing I could do about it. So I participated, I guess would be the term, or I didn't stop the crime from being happened. And I could get into that one day. I just don't want to be disrespectful because I like Derek. My brother was very good friends with Derek also. Derek Kazoo. It's a whole big thing there, yeah. But yeah, I'll get into that some other day. But yeah, Lace 357 Andrew, he ain't take no shit, man. That's a true story right there. But anyway, right here is a picture of Eric, the Spanish LASE, LASE, LASE. He hung out more so, like I said, with Tat's crew. He was one of the first people to really go off on the highways. Give him respect for all that stuff. But yeah, the dude was batshit crazy. Here's a picture of him now.